Okay, hello Ida, thank you for coming in today.
Hi, thank you for having me today.
Not a problem. So I understand that the receptionist had you fill out some forms. I want to go over the confidentiality clause with you. Anything that you and I discuss in this room will remain between us. There are limitations for that as I am a mandated reporter required by the state of California. In the case that there's ever suspicion of child abuse, elder abuse, or dependent adult abuse, I would have to report that.
Okay.
Also, in the case that you reveal to me that you want to hurt yourself, kill yourself, or hurt someone else, I would have to report that also. And finally, in the chance that the court subpoenas our documents, that's a case where confidentiality will be limited. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, I do not. Thank you.
Okay. So, Aide, what brings you in today?
Well, this has been going on for some time now, but I've never gotten the courage to speak up about it, and it's my husband's tantruming, you can say. Well, he's been really aggressive and towards myself and my children, and he's been really mean and just being. It hasn't gotten to the point in which it's physical abuse.
Okay.
But a lot of it is emotional. And I say emotional because he's been, just saying the wrong things at the wrong time. And I don't know, lately it's been really, really stressful at the house.
I understand. Well, I commend you for coming in. Many people don't understand that domestic violence is not only physical abuse, there are emotional stashes to it also. And so it sounds like you're going through some emotional abuse at home. Can you explain to me more about that?
Yes, well, my husband has a company, and it had been going well until lately. It's just they've been losing contracts, and it's been at the house. It hasn't been so much about financial, but I'm guessing that my husband's feeling like he's not providing, and maybe it's a guy thing, but I just don't understand it. Like he says, "Oh, you're not good for nothing," and "Oh, you're not a good mother," and I just don't understand what he's saying. Like I take care of the house, I take care of our kids, I go pick them up from school. I always go to the parent meetings, and and all those things. I take care of the things that he cannot take care of.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand why he's saying that. He used to tell me, "Oh, you're my support system, and everything's gonna be fine." And I helped them. Well, I helped him, get his self-esteem up, so he would wanna open up a business. And now that we have the business, it's just like, yeah, you are going through difficulties, but you're my husband first.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be so focused on the company.
Yeah.
And not about your family.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
And it sounds like you're a very active parent. So you're involved with your kids' school meetings. You take care of your kids. Sounds like you're the primary caregiver. So him saying those hurtful things must not be easy to hear, huh?
No, it's not. It's like I start doubting myself, and I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I just start doubting whether I am a good mother or not to my kids,
and
this is hard.
Like I said before, you did the right thing in coming here for help. That's the first step. And you taking care of yourself is positive. It's going to be a positive influence for your children. You said earlier that this has been going on for some time now. How long has that been?
It's been more than 5 months.
About 5, okay.
Yes, it's been a long time, but due to my culture and my religion, I just never wanted to speak up.
Okay.
Because, to be honest with you, I haven't told anyone else besides my parents that I want to get a divorce. Because it's gotten to the point in which he has been, I don't know if he's been willing, but he has gotten to a point which he raised his hand at me.
Okay.
And my kids. And my kids are my most precious possession. Like, I don't want no one hurting them.
Yeah.
Nor do I want them to see that violence.
I understand. So, like I said again, you realize that there might be a chance that he's going to be somewhat abusive to your children, so you came for help right away.
Yes.
And it also sounds like your parents are part of your support system. So it's very good that you have someone to support on. You feel like you can open up to them.
Yes,
Okay.
they're always willing to listen to me, and
Mhm.
I told them that maybe I'm thinking about getting a divorce
Mhm.
because it's been very difficult to deal with him like this. Like we tried going to we tried anger management classes, and
Okay.
they, because he has always had this anger management, like he's always had a very like high temper and all that, but he has had been able to control it until now.
Okay.
And it's just so hard because I don't want my children to grow up in a violent home.
Okay. I think I could ask you a couple questions. You mentioned that your culture and your religion is very demanding of your values, and concerning the divorce, that your culture and religion doesn't really view it as something right. May I ask what culture and religion you identify with?
Yes, I identify with Hispanic culture, Mexican American, and I'm Catholic. But like the not the funny thing, but the really amazing thing for me at least is that my parents are willing to support me if I am gonna get a divorce. They're very religious, and but they want my happiness before
Yeah.
anything.
I mean, I'm really happy to hear that you had them as a support system, and it sounds like they're very concerned about your safety first.
Yes, they are.
Okay, does that make you feel, how does that make you feel?
That makes me feel better,
Yeah.
about the situation, because I don't want just to be out in the world without anyone.
Right.
There. Especially with 2 kids, and it's not the ideal situation, especially when you work so hard for something and then having to let it go.
Yeah. Tell me more about your kids. How old are they?
One's 7 and the other one's 10.
And 2 daughters, or?
Yes, it's 2 little girls.
Okay. It must be fun, huh?
Yes, it is. They're so beautiful.
Yeah, I could tell that you're a very caring parent. Just a little bit more information from you. How many do you currently work?
No, I'm not working right now because I'm helping my husband like with the paperwork and stuff for the company. So I help him with that. That's another reason why I just don't understand why he's telling me these things.
Yeah.
If I'm always there with him when I'm not with the kids.
Right.
When the kids are in school, like I make sure that everything's set and that I have control over everything that's going on in the company, and I help them maintain like paperwork and all that. So I just don't get it.
So it sounds like you're taking on a lot of responsibilities, not only taking care of your children, but you also have some involvement in the company.
Which makes it really like crazy because he's saying that I'm not good for nothing.
Yeah.
But I want him to do whatever I do.
Okay.
He wouldn't be able to handle it. And plus go home and cook.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's a lot of work, huh?
It is.
So I understand also that your husband's company is taking up a lot of his time, and you believe that he's somewhat stressed from it?
Yes, he's very stressed.
Okay.
And that has made him act out.
Okay.
And the other day, like he raised his hand at me, and that's something that I'm not gonna tolerate.
Yeah. What did you do after the situation?
I took my girls and I walked away from the situation, and I went to my parents' house for that night.
Have you had contact with him since then?
Yes, and he's acting like nothing happened.
Oh, I see.
And that's what gets me really angry.
Really?
Yes. He's just like, oh, are you gonna come home? Like, really? You just raised your hand at me. Like, why are you just disregarding it?
So it sounds like you had a situation. He raised his hand at you. At that point, you went to your parents' house, which is great that you got them to safety right away, and yourself to safety. And now you're a little frustrated because he's acting like nothing happened.
Yes.
Like it was okay. Okay. Have you tried to talk to him about it?
Yes, I did, and he said, "Oh, what? Like that was nothing. It was a mistake." He apologized, but what makes me think that he's not gonna do it again?
Exactly. And you know what? There is a cycle of violence. There's a cycle of violence that's composed of 3 stages. The first stage being the tension stage, the second one being the actual violent episode, which, as we discussed before, it doesn't necessarily have to be pushing or shoving or hurting you physically. It could be emotional abuse. And then the last stage is called the honeymoon stage. So basically, that's the time that they're telling you, I love you, I didn't mean it, it was an accident. So I just wanted to educate you on that and let you know what type of cycle domestic violence normally takes a route in. Just so you understand that many times an abuser will do that. They'll start, how can I say, like romanticizing you so that you go back with him. So it sounds like that's the stage that he's in right now.
Yeah, he bought me a necklace and I did not take it.
Okay.
Because to me it was like, oh, I was gonna hit you and it's okay. You know, and I didn't take it for that reason, and I'm not gonna take anything that he gives me because it was just wrong.
Yeah. So currently you're living with your parents.
Yes.
What are your plans from here?
If we do get a divorce, I want the house because I want to raise my girls there. And honestly, I've helped them a lot, so I have no idea what steps to take next.
Okay, well, that is an overwhelming decision. If it is a route that you decide to take, and I'm not here to tell you, yes, divorce him, or no, you should stay with him. That's a decision that's totally up to you. However, whatever route you may choose to take, we have the resources here that we can assist you with. We have some legal advocacy programs, meaning that someone will help you kind of understand the court system if you are going to go through with a divorce. And also there's other resources that we can connect you with for the transition. Okay?
Yeah, that's great. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So tell me more about your parents. Besides your parents, is there anyone else that is supportive of you? Someone that you can rely on?
Even his mom is very supportive.
Oh, really? That's good.
She went through domestic violence herself.
Okay.
That's why his parents are not together right now.
Okay.
And it's just like, to me, I feel that if you know how that feels, why are you willing to make your girls go through that also?
I understand that, yeah. You feel as since he saw this as a child, he would be more understanding in how to treat you. Unfortunately, the cycle of violence is that many people see it as children and they act out the same way as adults. So unfortunately, that may be some learned behavior that he learned as a child. But I'm glad to hear that his mother is being supportive of you.
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
That's really nice of her.
Yeah, it does sound like it's great. So how's it feeling? Is this the first time you've gotten help for any mental health services?
Yes, it is. I haven't had any problems with anything except for this, and you know, it was hard for me to come in.
Yeah.
And actually want to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Because it's difficult. You don't want to talk. You don't want to sound like, oh, you're just, you know, you can't handle your marriage.
Right. And you know what? I commend you for that once again. The first step is getting help, and it takes a lot to come in and speak to a total stranger about what you've been dealing with at home. So it's very courageous of you that you did come in. What are you expecting from therapy with me?
I expect to just know where to go from here. You know, maybe we can just talk about what routes, you know, pros and cons about different things, just such as like getting a divorce and just, I don't know, just being positive.
Okay.
About stuff, because I really don't know where to go from here.
Okay. And as I mentioned before, we can work on that together. There are plenty of resources that we have connections to that I can help you out with and connect you with. Since we are coming to the end of our session, is this something that you would like to continue to go to?
Yes, of course.
Okay. That's great. So overall, you feel as though it was helpful to come here? How are you feeling about it?
Yes, I was able to vent out my feelings.
Okay. Well, I'm very happy to hear that. So, Aide, being the case that you want to come back next week, would the same time work for you?
Yes, it will.
Okay. Well, that is great. And just so you know, thank you for opening up to me. Do you have any questions for me at this point?
Yes. So, like, say that he does hit me. Like, what do I do?
Okay, that's a great question. Let me give you some resources now. This is a domestic violence hotline. In the case that you ever find yourself close to him and you feel like you're in an unsafe situation and you need to
Mhm.
leave right away, first of all, it's always important. You can call 911 right away and have the police come over to your home or wherever place you might be. If you feel that leaving your home is the best option at the moment, here's a phone number and they will give you directions to an emergency shelter. Actually, what will happen is a policeman will escort you there because it's in a safe, hidden location.
Okay.
And there's space there for your children, both of them. There's a bed for you, and they also have their own beds. So it's a facility where they'll be able to not only provide you counseling, but there's a safe refuge.
Okay, and what if he finds us?
It's very unlikely that we ever have an abuser find the location of the shelter. Um, we have security there. We also have trained therapists and security guards there in the case that there's an event. So what we ask is that a police escorts you there because it's a hidden location. You won't even know the address.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Let me provide to you this. Also, on the way out, I'll give you my business card along with my extension number in case you do have any other questions in the future.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for coming. Have a good
Thank
day.
you, you too.